Hello and welcome to yet another YouTube video here on this channel. So earlier this year, or actually late last year, I do this every year. I talked about the applications I am most excited about going into 2025. Now we're in 2025. We're actually over halfway through the year, and I thought that I would revisit those three applications, which are Mem, walling and craft, and talk a little bit about my thoughts around them right now and whether or not they've been able to reach my expectations for the year because Mem and Walling promised to Mem came out with the 2.0. Walling promised to rebuild the whole application after a lot of issues, which I will get back to. And Craft also came out with their Craft, I think it's 3.0, with tasks and more of like a personal approach to productivity rather than teams and docs. And I actually have a subscription for both Walling and Craft, and I really like Craft. Craft is still an application I use from time to time, mainly to write in as a document editor because it is so beautiful and it is a fun experience. So I use it as like a way to write my blog posts when I'm on the go a lot because there are periods where I'm on the go. Walling, well, we will get back to Walling, and Mem has actually released a lot of stuff. They actually came out with Mem voice capture today, which allows you to like talk out your notes. So let's just start off with Mem. One thing I still want from Mem is dark mode. I get that it is not the most important thing, but I really want a dark mode. There are a few changes here. So we have the integrations here where you now have email to Mem, the SMS and WhatsApp. I really like the WhatsApp integration in different applications. This is one of my favorite integrations because it makes it so much easier to capture stuff. That is something I'm looking forward to. API and Zapier is also here. You have the collections, they look really similar. I think they've cleaned up the user interface a lot. Um, so the user interface now with the like right button to create a note, and there are multiple ways of creating a note. I like the way this looks. I am actually starting to like this more and more. They are heavily focusing on the chat. I like the fact as well because that's many of the things Mem has done hasn't been like new huge features because Mem was feature packed already and I liked a lot of the features, but one of the biggest issues with Mem was that the user interface didn't feel too good, and there was also like small bugs with copy and pasting, for example, was an issue. So I like the change they've done here with having the chat on the side because I would love to chat while I'm doing stuff. I think that is almost a necessity at this point, and this way of looking at a web page um, or just anything in general at this point by having the chat on the side here is getting really usual. Dia has some of the same things. I think you can see a similar user interface in Opera's browser, so I really like this. The Copilot, this is the related note stuff, so I can open up a note. It won't find anything good. It find the different tasks, but it won't find anything good simply because I don't have a lot of things inside of here. I like the new way of note taking here. I would still like a focus mode. That isn't something I have here. Like remove everything else and just let me write. That would be something I like. I like the fact that I can now chat with a specific note or chat while I'm looking at the note. That is also a feature I like. So just in general, my thoughts on Mem is that it is going in the right direction. I mean, building something like this takes time, and the chat is getting better. The Copilot experience is getting better. Mem overall is getting better. I like I like a lot of the stuff they've added, and the app feels faster. The mobile app feels much better. And I'm I wouldn't say that I'm happy with it because I honestly expected a lot more, but I get that things like this take a lot of time. So I'm not necessarily happy with it, but it works. That is what I'm going to say about this. Next up, we have walling, and walling has a few issues. One of them is copy and pasting. It doesn't work, and there are a lot more issues and a lot more bugs. But the main problem with walling is that if you're trying to figure out what's going on, there isn't an easy way of doing that. Um, I have tried. Like there is nothing on their socials. They have sort of like a community, a Slack community, but no one answers inside of the Slack community, so that isn't worth anything. They promised that they would fix the application early 2025. Then they came back and said that they had to rebuild it all, so it takes time, a longer time. No one knows how much longer time actually means. So a lot of stuff like that that just isn't working out properly, and it it not only does it feel slow, I can handle development being slow. What I can't handle is actually an application completely ignoring me or not giving me the information I need in order to decide if I want to continue my subscription or not. So that has been bothering me a lot. So this is something I am starting to give up on. Like, Walling needs to do a lot for me to regain trust in the application again, and I will definitely not subscribe going forward. And honestly, I would like much better flow of information. Like, give me the information I need as a paying user. Last up, we have Craft. And I think Craft has done a lot of good things. So we have a Readwise integration. This is something I have connected it. As I said, I don't use Craft for note-taking purposes, but I have connected Readwise because I do these videos on this account, so I have it right here. Uh, one issue I have with Craft, and this is in a lot of my databases, like clicking these doesn't actually do anything. I still can see everything, like the filters doesn't work here. I don't know why. That was not supposed to happen. I don't know why, but the filters, they just don't work, and it annoys me like a lot. But they added Readwise integration. Apart from that, they've done like many minor changes, minor additions. There are so the filtering works here, but there are things I would like to see, like more type of views. Is something I would really like to see. I'm not the biggest fan of this way of organizing my databases, or this way of using databases. I don't like the fact that I have to press this every time to configure the collection. But again, minor stuff. All of the major stuff, I think like Craft has done right. A lot of new new bug fixes and just improvements overall. There are a couple of things I would not need, but there are a couple of things that I think Craft should add quickly. One of them is tags, and the other one is better search. That is where I think Craft still lacks. The search still isn't where I want it to be. I still think that the search needs a bit of work, and tagging also, like at this point almost no one in the productivity and BKM space uses folders. Most people prefer tags, and having both just makes it a lot easier. It will also help improve the search, but overall I feel like Craft has gone forward like expected. They've added a couple of features that I really like, and in general, I am quite happy with where Craft is going and where it is headed, and all of the features they add. So I think Craft does a lot of things right. I think out of what I expected and out of these three applications, I think Craft is the best one and the one that has developed exactly the way I wanted and hoped. So I think that like covers my let's call it mid-year review of the three applications I was really excited about. I probably will not continue to follow walling. I've given up on walling. I might take a look at by design by the end of the year instead, but walling I'm starting to give up on. Mem and Craft I will do an end of year review as well, like I do every single year. So if you find that interesting, or if you are really into productivity tools and haven't subscribed already, please do. And as usual, I hope to see you again quite soon.